What up, New York Giant Nation? It is your boy, Mac the Giants fan, and this is the True Blue Podcast. Let's get it. But how y'all doing today? Welcome to another edition of the True Blue Podcast with your boy, Mac the Giants fan. And a few things to talk about this week, man. OTAs got kicked off this week, first week of OTAs. A lot of good things, a couple of not so good things. I'm getting to that in a minute. But and obviously the news on Joe Schoen. Talk a little bit of Andrew Thomas as well. Little Malik Neighbors get sprinkled in there as well. But just before I get into any of that, though, I do want to start this show by acknowledging that another legend that was lost yesterday. I'm not a NASCAR enthusiast. I'm not a car guy at all, to be honest. I don't know much about the sport, to be honest. But I recognize legends, man, and I know legends, and I respect legends and icons. And auto racing world lost an icon yesterday, and one Mr. Kyle Busch. So I just want to say rest in peace to him and condolences to his family and all his loved ones. It's a tragedy, and another legend lost. So I just wanted to offer my condolences to one Mr. Kyle Busch and his family and all his loved ones, like I said. But let's get into it, man. Yesterday, Joe Schoen, he signed a contract extension, a multi-year extension. Details still haven't been released of the contract extension, but GM Joe Schoen has extended his contract, which is a big major surprise to many, myself included. I just didn't see this coming. Seemed to come right out of left field, honestly. Didn't even hear any rumblings about the sort. Didn't even know negotiations was going on. But I guess it ain't my business to know, really. But yeah, so Joe Schoen is going to be the GM, it looks like, for the foreseeable future. Barring anything, crazy, barring this just not completely just being a disaster and not working out, he is going to be the GM for the foreseeable future. One Mr. Joe Schoen. I know a lot of people probably have some heavy opinions about it. Anybody in the chat, I'd love to hear about it, man. What you think about Joe Schoen being kept on, man? It's after the last couple of years, I'm stunned. I'm not so stunned about him making the move as I am about the timing of the move. I think Joe Schoen, really, for what it's being honest, he's had a pretty good offseason, man. I mean, I know John Harbaugh has a lot to do with things, but I'm not going to just completely take it all away from Joe Schoen. He definitely has a role, whatever that role may be, and he did some decent work this offseason, man. From the free agency signings to the draft, he did some good things, man. Being able to get pull that trade off and getting the number 10 overall pick for Dexter Lawrence, I can't hate on offseason Joe Schoen has had. I'm still just stunned that they went on ahead and pulled this extension off so soon, so quick. I would have expected them to, maybe at least let's get into the season, see how things is rolling, see if this is actually working out. Because Joe Schoen did some things in the past that on paper looked like it was, going to be, a good thing, and it just never really quite worked out. So we'll see, man. We'll definitely have to keep an eye on that with Joe Schoen. I'm hoping they release some details and see exactly what this was all about, what this contract extension did all entail, man. But as for right now, they're keeping their lips kind of sealed on that one. It just seems like maybe John Harbaugh is okay with Joe Schoen, obviously, too, because I would think that, look, John Harbaugh has a lot of influence, a lot of pull, man. I would think that this decision definitely would have got ran by him before the trigger got pulled. I'm not saying he's not definitely the end all be all in the decision making, but I'm sure that he had something to do with this. I mean, which that only tells me that he seems to be okay with what he sees from Joe Schoen right now. And I guess all we can do is wait and see, man. Like I said, I'm I'm stunned that this extension came so soon, considering Joe Schoen was still signed for another year. I just feel like they could have took their time a little bit, but here we are. Big surprise. I mean, just even up to even as recently as a week ago, people were still talking about potential of Joe Schoen being let go. And here we go. Here we are. He's definitely not getting let go. So Joe Schoen, man, is going to be retained as right now, at least for the foreseeable future, at least as the GM for the New York Giants. OTAs underway, and unfortunately, I'll talk about some of the good things in a few, but right now we'll talk about the one so far. The one sour note from OTAs thus far, man, is yesterday defensive tackle Roy Robertson Harris tore his Achilles, and he is done for the entire 2026 campaign. The significance of this move of this injury is the fact that there's already been some question marks about the defensive tackle position. Obviously, some major question marks, and especially with having moving Dexter Lawrence this past a few weeks ago. And Roy Robertson Harrison, if nothing else, was going to really definitely be a good, reliable depth piece. He proved that even a season ago. He had some signs. He did some flashes, some good things a season ago, and from the D tackle position. So losing him for the season, where a guy that is no doubtedly would have been a very solid rotational piece at D tackle, it's a tough blow to absorb. So that's going to be tough. But at the same time, I think, like I was just saying about Joe Schoen, things he's done this offseason, him in combination of him and Harbaugh, they brought in a lot of good competition, a lot of depth. So this would have been very disastrous a season ago had an injury like this happened. But now, this year, I think the Giants are better prepared. And I think they got plenty of time to figure it out. Like I said, he was not like, I'm not saying like Roy Robertson Harrison was going to be was like Dexter Lawrence or anything like that type of level of player. But at the end of the day, like I said, he would have definitely been a solid rotational piece. So it's a tough break, unfortunately, man, and it's a shame. But just wish him the best in his road to recovery. Maybe he'll be back out here next year. Who knows? We will see. We will see. But also coming out of OTAs, man, it's a little bit information. Andrew Thomas, apparently they're kind of having this thing with Andrew Thomas. They want to take it easy with him, not trying to have him overdo it. Want to make sure he is healthy and ready to go in September. Obviously, I think it makes a lot of sense. I mean, obviously we know about the Liz Frank injury, the foot. That's one of those kind of lingering things that's just never really going to completely just go away. It's going to be something that's going to be problematic a little bit for him. He's going to bother him. He's going to have to always be gritting and fighting through that pain. But the shoulder thing was something, wasn't really too familiar with the shoulder thing. Didn't know that he had a real issue there. And apparently that's something else. He's had a little nagging thing with his shoulder going back from the last season. Listen, according to all the sources, according to the people inside of the Giants facilities, there's nothing to get alarmed about. They just kind of keeping him on a pitch count, not trying to have him overdo it here in the spring because they want Andrew Thomas out there in September. And to me, that makes a whole lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense because that's when you need Andrew Thomas. You need him in September. We don't need him in May. You know what Andrew Thomas can do. I think he's already at that level now, at that stage of his career where he's proven the caliber of player that he is, the type of player that he is. You don't need him out here overdoing it in May, not even necessarily in training camp, to be honest. You know what Andrew Thomas is going to give you. You know when he's not on that offensive line, you know the difference there is on that O-line, that there's a major difference and that it becomes an issue and that it can become problematic. Bad things seem to happen when Andrew Thomas is not on that offensive line. You even go back to last year. Didn't play the first couple of games of the season. O-line looked like the same old New York Giant O-line that we had grown so accustomed to. And yet here we are. And yet and Thomas comes back week 3 and played, the rest of the season pretty much. Offensive line blossomed. Absolutely blossomed with Andrew Thomas back on it. So I think I kind of agree with what they're doing here, the maintenance situation they're using with Andrew Thomas, because like that guy is it just makes more sense. You need that man out there anchoring your offensive line come September. And right now he has nothing to prove in the months of May or June, to be honest. Nothing for Andrew Thomas to prove here. So I respect what they're doing. It just kind of came out of left field a little bit. Like I said, the shoulder thing, the foot is out. Foot has been obviously well documented, and everybody I think knew about the foot. But the shoulder thing was just something that I just was unaware of, to be honest, until I heard about it yesterday. And the fact that it dates back to during the season last year is even more interesting. So yeah, I'd say go ahead and keep up with that. Keep him on keep kind of that situation, under control. Keep him on that pitch count, so to speak, during these months right here, because the times we need him, like I said, we need him week 1 against Dallas, point blank and period. Point blank and period. And that foot is, like I said, the more rest he can get on that, the better he'll be anyway. So right now, taking meaningless snaps in May and OTA practices, yeah, it's probably not really what we need to see Andrew Thomas doing anyway. He is the left tackle for the New York Giants. He is one of the best left tackles in the league. And I think you got to take care of this guy, man, and make sure he is okay for Dallas on the 13th of September, man. So obviously Malik Neighbors, we'll talk about him for a little bit too, real quick, before I move on. Malik obviously is another guy whose injuries have been well documented. The surgeries, a couple surgeries this off season, and you just keep hearing all kinds of mixed reports. Giants hopeful he'll be ready for week 1, but it just doesn't look that realistic, man. Even like Shefty reported earlier that it just doesn't seem plausible that he's going to be ready to go against the Dallas Cowboys. And I mean, it's a tough break for the Giants. It's a tough break for Jackson Dart. I mean, he's only gotten an opportunity to play one, not even a whole half of football with Malik Neighbors, about a quarter and a half. So it's unfortunate that these two kids that are like supposed to be expected to be the future centerpieces of your offense for years to come still have not really been able to build up that chemistry that we would hope that they would have already had by now. So just keep hearing mixed things about Malik Neighbors. I'm pretty much got my mind made up that there's just no way in the world he's going to be ready to go week 1. He's out there working right now, working on the sidelines, doing all that stuff while he's rehabbing still. But I see no way that we're going to see Malik Neighbors on the field week 1 against the Dallas Cowboys, man. I just don't see it. But OTA's been underway, man, all week, and it's an exciting time. Exciting time, man. All 3 days. There's been some standout performers from everything I've been hearing. All the reports, Abdul Carter. And it's tough. It's kind of tough to gauge this because clearly nobody's actually blocking him. But at the same time, Abdul Carter, they said, the reports have been he's been rock solid all over the place, very explosive, just constant pressure in the team drills, speed off the edge. It just looks elite, which we saw very many samples of that a season ago, and just very showing a lot of versatility, lining up in multiple spots all over the front.
Welcome to your NFL headlines today.
Oh, excuse me for once. Sorry about that. I forgot to unplug my Echo. But He just looks comfortable dropping back and coverage drops as well. So Abdul Carter right now looking really good thus far through the first week of OTAs. He's been one of the standout performers for sure. And another guy that we've been hearing about, Calvin Austin, man, just really been lighting it up as well. Three just really solid days of OTA practices from Calvin Austin, a guy that could cut one of the new additions to the wide receiver room, a guy that can potentially do some damage for you with the special teams. And early on, he could be a shifty little slot guy for you. So Calvin Austin also is one of the guys you've been hearing a whole lot about. Malachi Fields, our most scrutinized draft pick this past season, third-round draft pick out of Notre Dame, and easily has been the most scrutinized of the draft picks. Reportedly, he made one of the catches of the day on first day of OTAs, man. Acrobatic sideline grab, which I did see the highlights, saw the clip, and it was quite impressive, man. The fans, like right now, what the media is talking about is just his catch radius and his red zone upside he brings, man. Physicality as a blocker as well. This guy, he is a very, very, very willing blocker. Malachi Fields is, and that's something that's also great because that'll help out, obviously, in the run game and just guys running, in the open field in general. Malachi Fields is definitely not going to shy away from the contact. Colton Hood, also another one of the draft picks, has had a very solid week as well. A lot of impressive pass breakups and been very, very competitive in all the drills, man, as well. And then just overall, Arvell Reese also it's just adjusting to NFL play all over the field. Also, we're looking just natural in coverage is one of the big things we've been hearing about Arvell Reese. So Arvell Reese has just been absolutely, doing everything you want to see in a top 5 pick. Kayvon Thibodeau, another name that's been standing out as well. Another name you've heard a lot of good things about this week. The whole entire front seven, honestly, that it's been getting rave reviews, to be honest. And as far as our quarterback, Jackson Dart, the light bulb's coming on. He's starting to get it. New system, a lot of new things he's learning, and he's picking them up as the week as all 3 days progressed. You can see the progression and what Jackson Dart was able to get accomplished out there. So things are moving along right now with this New York Giant team, man. Absolutely moving along. And Jackson Dart is looking like he's prepared to take that next step, man. Wish we could see him out there with his top receiving threat, man. But that's just how it is, man. In the world of the NFL, in the world of football, that's just how it goes. But Isaiah Likely's another guy who's been making some plays, doing some things, man, and making some really explosive plays, man. Secondary, that's going to be one of the when we get towards training camp, that's going to be one of the absolutely most watched positional groups, man. Is that back end, that secondary. This week, some names standing out. Surprisingly, Javon Holland. I got to mention Colton Hood already, and surprisingly, Tay Banks. Hearing some pretty decent things about Deontay Banks as well. So is the light bulb going to come on for this kid in this new system this season, which probably is geared a little bit more towards him anyway? Should favor his skill set. I'm not making excuses up for the last few years. I'm not going to do it. He is a professional football player. and he still needs to have the ability to adjust to new things. But this system is definitely more favorable to his skill set. So hopefully we can get back to seeing a little bit of what we were seeing his rookie season when he was under Wink Martindale. Obviously, certain guys like Cam Scatterboo also not really getting any kind of a full workload right now. He's still rehabbing. He's not 100% yet. And it's just tough, man. I feel bad for the linemen. I'm a big guy, and I get it, and I feel bad for them. These OTAs, these spring practices. I mean, other guys they're out there, they're kind of getting some, real work in, and these guys can't really do much, other than drills, and like the 7-on-7s and the team drills, all the other team drills, the offensive linemen, the big guys, they're not getting that work the same way. It's just, snap and kind of, go through the motions a little bit. And I kind of feel bad for them this time of the year because you don't get to see them really get that real work in until they get the pads on in June. I mean, in July. But yeah, this OTAs for so far, like I said, overall though, first week of OTAs have been really, really solid up till day 3. Like I said, the big injury to Roy Robertson Harris. But unfortunately, like I said, that's just things that happen in this world, man, in the world of football, in the NFL. Yesterday, also some interesting names, not on the field, not practicing, other than the obvious. Winston not there at practice yesterday. Drew Phillips, Patrick Ricard, Shelby Harris, DJ Reader, Sam Roberts. Don't really know the story behind these guys and why they weren't in attendance yesterday, but just kind of something I just thought worth mentioning because some of those guys are actually key factors, expected to be key contributors to what the Giants are doing this year. Winston obviously just that veteran presence out there with the quarterbacks. He's that veteran guy, veteran leader of that room that you just like to see him out there, not to mention just how infectious his personality is and how engaging he is. You just kind of want that energy out there on the field. But one reason or another, whatever the reason may be, he wasn't in attendance yesterday. And same with Drew Phillips and Patrick Ricard, guys, like you said, expect these guys to be key contributors. And just not seeing them out there, DJ Reader, Shelby. I mean, for what it's worth, let's face it, for what it's worth, especially with Ricard and Harris and DJ Reader, these guys, it's not really, not really much they're out there doing anyway, other than kind of going through the motions for the most part. So it's really not a big deal. Just something I just thought I'd bring up. But yeah, Jackson Dart, man, like I talked about him a little bit more. He just looks very comfortable, man, with the cadence, the timing, the pocket movement. Coaches emphasizing how quicker processing and smarter decision making after the injuries impacted him a season ago. So that's good things to hear about your second-year quarterback, man. That he's getting it. He's not just he understands what happened, what things that happened a season ago. He understands the questions people had about him and his ability to potentially protect himself out there on the field, and he's going out there and he's taking care of business, and he's doing the things he needs to do. Some of the notable things they stand out with Jackson Dart yesterday is they were talking about the way he was drawing defenders off sides multiple times with the hard count. Looked very decisive in the 7-on-7 work. And he said he showed better chemistry with the younger receivers, which is a good thing. Gotta, you got a lot of new receivers on this team, a lot of new weapons that he needs to go out there and get comfortable with. So, and just obviously he's impressing the coach, with his competitiveness and his leadership. So, it's good things. That's all the things you want to hear from you about your young quarterback. Like I said, all the things that you want to hear. But The kicking competition out there, 3 kickers out there on the field for the New York Giants. Another interesting competition, man. Ben Sauls, Jason Sanders, Dominic Savada. Obviously, Ben Sauls retained from last season, was here a season ago. For part of the season with all the kicking issues we had a season ago, he ended up being the last man standing pretty much. Then you got Jason Sanders, the free agent from this year they brought in during free agency, former Miami Dolphins kicker, and then Dominic Zavada, young man, undrafted free agent out of Michigan. It's interesting. We got a kicking competition in New York Giant camp. None of these guys have this job secure. Jason Sanders, I would think, would be the favorite, obviously, and most likely should be the guy you would expect to win this competition. But you never know; it's up for grabs. Right now, it's nobody's job, and apparently, it's nobody's right now even standing out right now as the leader. So, the competition has been pretty even so far. And let's go. I'm with all the competition, all the smoke, man. I want it all, man. I want to see everybody out there grinding, everybody out there working hard, man. Some of the things that are being questioned right now mostly seems to be the obvious injury situations with League Neighbors and his timeline. Why you can't really get a grasp on a more clear timeline for him, and obviously the durability of Andrew Thomas. Also, just something that's something to keep an eye on. Like I said, I think they have a good maintenance plan in place, and as long as they follow through with that, I think hopefully things should be okay. According to the sources, everything is nothing to be alarmed about. It's just they're just trying to keep this player as healthy as possible. So hopefully it all works out because, like I mentioned before, you definitely need them in September more than you need them in May. And just wide receiver depth right now until Malik Neighbors returns. Because also remember, Darius Slayton won't be back until training camp as well, so he won't be participating in any of this spring stuff either. So the depth is pretty much all the new guys right now, for the most part. And then you got your Jalen Hyatts of the world out there, and guys like that. But that's definitely one of the biggest question marks right now, as well, concerning this football team. Hope you're excited though. I mean, this is first week of OTAs. I've never been excited for the OTAs ever before. Probably the first time that I can even think that I've remotely just had even any real interest in it. And it's great. It's a great feeling, man. New York Giant Nation, stand up right now. You should be excited for this football team. I think good things are going to happen. I'm just everything you're hearing is just like what Kayvon Thibodeau said the other night at the town hall when he stated that it's just different. He said it's tough. John Harbaugh, man, has high expectations, and he has set the bar. He's setting the bar, man, setting the precedence out here. Something that we haven't seen from the in the New York Giants in some time, man. Practices more physical, more aggressive, getting at it, man. And it's beautiful to hear, man. It's a great sign of potential greatness, man, of this football team. Look, gotta take the baby steps first, man. It's about being just more competent and being better. But I think this football team is poised to do it. I think they have what it takes, and I think they're going to be able to really get the job done, man. As we get ready, it's all about getting ready for Week 1 against them Dallas Cowboys. Getting this team ready. Injuries are going to happen. It's just part of the game, unfortunately. Like I said, it's unfortunate that you already had a guy that was going to be probably a key part of the defensive rotation on the line on the interior defensive line go down so early in the spring. But plenty of time to reload and fire. Like I said, you got plenty of depth at the position, and I think ultimately everything should work itself out, man. should be able. I think he should be able to overcome this, and hopefully, like I said, overcome everything, because you're still dealing with other things too. Like I said, the neighbors thing, he's still scatterboo. He's still not really, you still don't really know exactly how ready he is. I mean, he says he's ready, but that's what most players is going to say. If you ask Malik Neighbors right now, he probably tell you he's ready. You know what I mean? Just that's a player's mentality. Always ready to go, always ready to get at it. So, but I think it's just I like what's been built here. I like the foundation that's been laid, and I believe that we're poised and ready to go, and for something exciting, and bring back the excitement of football back to MetLife Stadium, courtesy of the New York Giants, man. It's our house, and we're gonna be respected in it. You can believe that. We will be respected. No more of the games, no more of the fun and games, no more of the lighthearted practices, none of that. It's all business out there. And that's first week of OTAs demonstrated that. It's all business. It's not dead serious out there making noise, man. Like I said, everybody's out there flying all over the place. Like the things you've been hearing, like I said, in particular about, like I said, Abdul Carter and Reese and Burns and Thibodeau, and just the way they've been flying all over the field, man. It's just crazy. It's crazy energy right now, man. And it's a great thing, man. It's definitely a great thing. Great feeling to have. The fact that we got a kicking competition. A damn kicking competition going on in Giants training camp. Ain't nobody coming in here. You got to come in here and earn everything. Harbaugh is making you earn everything. That's what it is. That's what it's going to be. Got to work hard for it, man. So I definitely can appreciate that. But I don't know. We don't really got a whole lot more, honestly. I just wanted to kind of touch on some of that stuff. Like I said, with the OTAs, the spring ball, spring practice. But for some reason, there's an excitement about it this year because this is the new New York Giants team. It's a new day. And I believe the Giants, man, are the real thing, man. I think people are sleeping right now because they don't know what to really expect. Also, the Giants haven't given them much of a reason to believe. Obviously, we know what these last several years have been like. 2022 was an anomaly. Clearly, it was an anomaly. This franchise has absolutely proven that with what we've seen the last 3 years since that playoff berth. It's been all bad. It's been terrible, as a matter of fact. But this year, a lot of things changed. You get a coach with a legitimate reputation, and that right there alone can change so much. You got your quarterback, I think, a year ago. I think there's still a lot of question marks about him. People are still, trying to find ways to hate on this young man, as if they didn't see all the great football that he played a season ago. We do want to see a lot less visits to the blue tent. That's for sure. But let's face it, they were visits to the blue tent. He only had one concussion. He only missed those couple of games because of an injury. People were making it seem like this guy was just injured all season long with this one thing after another. No. He got banged up a little bit here and there. But the only thing that kept him out of the game at all was the concussion that he got when he got the concussion against Chicago, and then missed the rest of that game, and then went on to miss the next, I believe it was the next 2 games maybe. And that's it. People want to harp on that Minnesota game. Yes, it was terrible. That was a terrible game collectively by the entire team. But everyone harped on that game. Just forget about what he did against the Eagles on Thursday night football season ago. No, we're gonna forget about that. Forget about what he did in his first game ever against the Chargers. We're gonna forget about all of that. We'll look past all of that. And we'll pinpoint these couple of little things and try to, scrutinize this kid for that. Now, I believe in Jackson Dart, man, and I love what he brings to the table, man. So I'm glad and I'm proud that he's the New York Giant quarterback. I know this kid's gonna come out and have a big, big year. And I think he is going to protect himself a lot more. And we are going to see a lot fewer visits to the blue tent. This kid has it up here, man. He's not a dummy. He knows the things he has to improve upon. He's clearly already working towards that already. He's learning a new offensive system in year 2. But I think it's going to be something that's going to be geared towards him, to his style of play, to what he's able to bring to the table, man, and just really, really fit in with his skill set. We know Dart's all about the creativity. And I think this offense will give him an opportunity to be very, very creative. And you got guys, like I mentioned, like Isaiah Likely and guys like that now that will really add to that. Likely is a guy that can line it up all over the field. He can line up in the backfield, can send them in motion, can do all kinds of things with Isaiah Likely. And I think that's going to majorly benefit Jackson Dart, having a guy like that out there. If Theo Johnson can get them hands together, we'll have a 2 tight end system, a 2 tight end system that could just be absolutely lethal. Absolutely lethal. Get them hands in check, young man. So yeah. I just don't know. I mean, I hate that it's only May right now. I'm ready to see it, man. I'm like itching to see these guys get the pads on, man. Like I'm itching. As much as like I'm excited, I've been excited for the OTAs, obviously for obvious reasons, just because it's not that stench is now gone. I feel like it's gone. It ain't nothing like when they get the pads on and get the pads to clicking, man. And that's what I'm excited for, and that's what I'm waiting to see. And that's what I want to see. Man. But it just feels like it's an eternity, like it's so far away. Like we're not even yet, just gotta be a little more patient. I do. But I'm not ready for it, man. I don't want to be patient. I want it. I want what I want, and I want it now. I want to see the big blue on the field now. I want to see them get it, man. I want to see them getting after it. I want to see the big guys having some fun. I want to see the running backs getting some real work. I want it, man. I want to see these rookies. I want to see the rookies out there in real like game type situations, man. But we're getting there. We are getting there. Just be careful. Just want to hope that, have a better week, have an even stronger week of OTAs next week. Avoid any more injuries, any more serious injuries. Hopefully. Because that's the last thing we need is guys to just start going down in May. That's the last thing we want. Obviously, like I said, we lost one already. Got to pick up the pieces, man. But that's the beauty of having depth. Guess what, guys? The New York Giants got depth now. Depth. Like legitimate depth. And that's also something new that we haven't been really used to or accustomed to. In the past, like I said, injuries happen on this team, and they were always disastrous because you just next man up. Next man up, you used to not be really worthy of being up. So this injury here, it just puts a little bit more emphasis on Darius Alexander continuing to develop. And hopefully he can take that next step in year 2. Ended the season really strong last year. So that's what this injury says to me, is that it puts the emphasis on. I'm not putting necessarily pressure on the young man, but just a little emphasis on him to hopefully, that he can hopefully get it together and take that next step and evolve into the player that the New York Giants expect him to be. That's all. Like I said, so much competition in that room. I mean, you still got veterans like Shelby Harris and DJ Reader as well out there. So, tough break for Robertson Harris, but we actually got a couple of guys, man. We got some guys. So it's that next man up. That's a real thing now here in New York. Actual depth. Feels good to say that. So guess I'll get ready to wrap it up. But you should let me know, man. You guys let me know what y'all think about this New York Giants team, man. Let me know in the comments how y'all feeling, man. Think this team is ready to take the next step? Let me know. Let me know. What's going on, Joe, man? I appreciate you popping in, man. Definitely do, man. Thanks for the constant support, man. I really appreciate you. But yeah, I'm gonna get ready to wrap it up. Enjoy my Friday evening. Cut this one a little bit short this week, but really don't got much more to talk about, honestly. And I do appreciate y'all tuning in. To the ones that tuned in, make sure hit that thumbs up for me. Keep on supporting the channel as I continue to grow. And I can't grow without the support of all you guys out there, man. I definitely appreciate all of you. So just hit that thumbs up for your boy, MacDaGiantsFan. Hit that subscribe button too on the channel, man. I'm on the road to 1,000. I'm trying to get there. Man. I'm not really trying to be one of them. I'm trying to earn it. I'm not being one of them going out there buying subscribers and all that craziness. So, hit that thumbs up if you like what I got to say, man. Like my streams, like my content, man. I definitely appreciate it. And make sure you sub up to your boy, MacDaGiantsFan. Peace. I'd like to thank you all for listening. If you was feeling this, please take time to subscribe and smack them likes. Feel free to drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to ring that bell so you know when I'm dropping new content. It's your boy, MacDaGiantsFan. You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook at MacDaGiantsFan. That's MacDA Giantsfan. It don't cost a thing to hit that like button. Just do it. Do it.